Hi guys, it's me, Jennifer Montgomery. It is Wednesday, June 16th, 2020, and I wanted to talk today about embracing change. So, as we all know, life's changing for everybody. Obviously, with the pandemic and things like that, things have likely felt uncertain for many of us. And just changes. That coupled with the cosmic energies, which I talk about a lot. Oh, there's like this weird hair here. Sorry, I gotta get it. It's like bothering me. It was like doing this thing. Okay. Um, it's change. It's just our planet is ascending. People are changing. We're waking up, and there's just a lot of change. And along with that comes maybe some uncertainty, maybe some surprises, maybe things are not what they were before. So while there's change going on, like, in the world, we as humans are also ascending. So what that means is that when you're like ascending and waking up and going through like an ascension process, your DNA it's upgrading. So things that used to feel comfortable before, or things that you used to do before, or relationships or friendships or jobs that felt good before may not feel quite the same any longer. And it's not like it just happens. So I can attest, like, through like the ascension process that started for me in about 2012. It really got intense in 2013. So I've been going through this. It's ongoing. You don't just There's not an end point where it's like, okay, I'm done. Once you're there, like, you basically start to, like, you continue, because it's like you start uncovering more and more things, like truth, like about yourself, about the world, the way that you were conditioned. So there's really not like an end point. For me, it was anything that was considered like a 3D aspiration, I'm going to say, started to fall away. So any kind of form, marriage, suburban life, the house, the cars, the vacations, everything that people might call like the American dream, that started to fizzle, dissolve, crumble, got wrecked. I'm laughing now, but while it's happening, as many people that are newly in this process might might agree, it feels like torture. It feels like panic. It feels like confusion. It's very uncomfortable. I cried a lot. I freaked out a lot. I was pissed. You'll just go through a lot of emotions. And that, there's phases of this as we ascend. You might go through a wave. Everything's freaking awesome. And then it'll just be like, boom, it hits. And then things start to unravel or change, or get really awesome. Like, it's life, and life is not a straight line. So the best way to handle this is to just roll with it. Simply because the more you resist it, you're just gonna get hurt. So it's not just, don't hang on. Just surrender, just let go, because I'm telling you, the universe is going to just drag you by the hair. It's going to happen. And yeah, it does not feel good. What I'm noticing, the phase I'm going through right now, is coming in the form of friendships that seem to just the connector is not connecting. It's because of my relocation and my lifestyle change. I surmise, just because I'm being confronted by people that I was very close to in the Philadelphia area that are maybe confused. One was angry. I mean, I don't know what to say. I didn't like set out to do anything other than, pursue my happiness, which for me has been, this pursuit of happiness brought me to Key West, and this started, many years ago, and it was part of a dream, and, I made it happen. It's not been easy, but along with that, like, you can make a decision to change something in your life for your highest good and happiness, but then there's going to be other things that kind of come along with that, and that's part of the journey. Me being in this space, in this geographical location, has brought a much greater sense of presence to me and my life. It's quieter. I've really just kind of taken things down many notches. So my personality has changed in a sense, or maybe I'm just realizing other parts of myself that I wasn't really tapped into previously. And with that said, I think it comes as a little, maybe, I don't know if it's a shock, maybe it's confusing. I don't really know how to, I don't want to label it for other people. I just know that the response I've gotten hasn't been really awesome. It's been full of ego and expectation. And just in my own personal growth, I realize that is not something that resonates well with me. So I will just move away from that and let it be, because there's really no sense in arguing something that I really seriously have no control over. We all have a journey and we all have a purpose. So I'm here for whatever reason I'm here. And I'm in that energy of allowing. And that's a shift from other energies in other locations. So my perception of the energy I was in when I lived in the Philadelphia area was more of control and goals and like surface things, like, achieving this, or, it wasn't as soul filled as the life I live now. So it was a lot more surfacey and meaningless to me, because I don't really find value in things, property, labels, titles. That's just not, there's certain things, that, as we grow, that, you want to maybe aspire to, like, for me, it's like stability or comfort or happiness. So it's not like having a certain thing or a certain type of, I don't need the label. And I don't have all the answers. I just know my whole life, even since, my high school years, the question was, what do you want to be when you grow up? And it was, I want to be happy. So whatever that looks like, if it looks like, living in a mansion, then okay, that makes me happy. If it's living in a tent, okay, and that can change, as we go through the journey, things change. And I know that there was people that were so super supportive of me, and I really appreciate that. But I do change too, and I'm human. So just because I'm changing, and it's, with social media now, we follow each other and we pay so much attention to it, but there is also a human element that everything that you see online may or may not really be all of it. So there's still emotions, there's still, other factors to consider. And I'm very transparent, but then there are some things that maybe involve other people that I will be quiet about, because it's not my place to put certain things out there. So I like to take full self-responsibility. And I feel as though if we are truly connecting, then ask me or reach out. But I feel as though we've reached this time in our society where it's like we're more technologically connected than ever, but it can easily feel as though we're less emotionally connected in many areas. So you know, I try my best to reach out to people and call and things, but if I'm chasing people, I'm not going to continue. I mean, that's just an unbalanced energy that I'm not really into. If I'm finding that there's less joy over a consistent period of time in a connection, then it's going to get laid to rest, and then we'll see where it goes from there. Just because that idea of like fighting for something doesn't really resonate with me. I'm in a place of just being my best self and attracting rather than controlling. So that's part of this whole change conversation, is really just allowing it to be and attracting what's in your highest good. So when you're good and you're in your best mindset and you have clear direction on what you want personally, you will attract what it is that you're hoping for. So I think that's kind of part of my point too with the change, is just knowing where you want to be, knowing how you want to feel, feeling how you want to feel, own it. I know I want to have balanced energy. I know I want to have balanced connections. I know I want to have fulfilling and nurturing connections that feel good for the soul. So, and I realize that in recent past connections is that's maybe that's, I don't feel like it's changed, but maybe it has. I'm open to that idea. I have gotten really, really like in a spiritual realm lately, and I go through phases of that, but I kind of retreat to that when there is really a total lack of outer certainty, because I just don't know. And there's really, it's kind of best when we're in times like this, for me anyway, to just retreat and allow it to happen, because I'm not going to fight against it, because it's just, that is exhausting to me. And chances are I've learned that if I just let something be for a little bit and just kind of let it like relax, it'll get back to its natural state, and then whatever is meant to be will, and then it'll feel good on the return. So I guess it's a reminder of compassion for others, and also a reminder, like, check your ego before you make that that projection or that response or that accusation or that blame. Check your ego, because sometimes it's a matter of your ego is not getting what it wants, and egos can be really loud and like toddlers, like pay attention to me, or you didn't do this, or why not. And there's a lot of other factors involved in these times, and it's different for everybody. I mean, my life's been changed a lot, and I'm rolling with it the best I can, with as much grace as possible. But it's not easy, when things you've worked for your whole entire life are just like shifting without any clear path ahead. It's just kind of like, okay, I guess I'm just going to sit here and just kind of let this be and be grateful for what it is that I do have during these times. So that's my message for today, is just allowing change, embracing change, surrender to it, and trust that it is for your highest good. Trust that transformation doesn't happen overnight, and it oftentimes starts with an uncomfortable event, but it does get better, and there are sometimes bumps in the road, but it will improve. And just please be nice to each other. like just can't even stress that enough. Like, please be nice to each other. Like, that's all we got. Like, we got each other. Like, while the world has just gone like batshit crazy, like, be nice to each other. Don't be a dick. I mean, it's like very simple. That's it. I mean, it's like, I've been getting people deleting me, calling me names. I'm like, really? Come on now. Like, I didn't do anything to you outwardly except fail to meet an expectation. That is ludicrous to me. I just don't understand the mindset there. I mean, if it makes you feel better not for me not to be in your face, okay, by all means, then delete me, I guess. But I just don't get it. Like, I just don't get that as adults, we don't have the emotional maturity to say, oh, wow, that person's changing. Big ups to them. Awesome. Good for her. Good for him. Fantastic. But to send me messages or text or, even phone calls, like, getting all, like, iggity with me, like, what the fuck? Like, okay. It's like, I'm just calling to tell you I don't like what you're doing. Okay. I mean, I don't know what to say to that. Like, or I'm just calling to tell you, you didn't meet my expectations. Okay, have a nice day. That's all I got. I don't know what to say because I'm not going to argue. So, again, embrace the change, allow, trust, surrender, be nice to each other, drink your water and stay in your own lane, and you can click like, subscribe, you can leave me a comment. My book, Woke Woman's Wisdom, is available in both English and Spanish, and that's available on my website at jmontgomeryart, and my email, jmontgomeryart@aol.com, and that is all for today. So I hope everyone has an awesome day, and thank you for listening, and peace.